Yeah, what we got again? Another episode to start with confidence. Jay Noland coming in to you, multiple platforms. Uh, so I might be looking right into your camera, or it might be hitting me from a different angle because we got multiple cameras running at the same time. At the same time, this is all about start with confidence. Start with confidence. Are you confident? Every area of your life, every area of your life is going to be affected by how your confidence is or isn't. And you got to stop. You got to really break this down. Most people are overlooking this very, very key point. They're not getting it. That's most people. I'm telling you, most people are not getting it. How do I know? Because for years, I wasn't getting it. And so I had to get it. I had to make it happen. Got to come up. Take this one up a little bit. All right. There we go. They said, bring that one up. I had to get it. I had to make adjustments. And see, here was my journey. You know what really helped me was sports. Because this is all about competition. And whoever doesn't perform, next person's ready to take your spot. So I can remember as a little boy going home and going, man, am I going to really be able to do this? Can I do this? And then all of a sudden you go out there and you get around some competition. And if you don't perform, you notice that you're sitting over on the sideline and you're not on the field playing. So early on, there were times to where, as I was going through this process, getting my confidence together, I was over on the sideline. And I knew I was better than many of the players on the field, but was I confident enough? And so one day I said, man, the hell with this. How many of you have ever just said, the hell with something? And if you haven't, you need to do it. Because confidence is going to require you to just say, hey, a line has got to be drawn in the sand. And I'm going in. So I drew a line in the sand. And I said, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to perform. And when I got out there on the field of competition, there were other players talking what we call talking trash, talking smack, saying what you can't do. We're going to do this to you. We're going to do that to you. And then you look at them. And when I was playing football early on, guess what? One time I said, well, let me just go up here and hit them and see what they say. So while they were talking that trash, I went up and bam, I hit them one time. And then they looked at me a little funny. And I said, oh, okay. See, when I go take it to them, all of a sudden this trash talking slows down. So my question to you is this. Are you taking it to life, or are you allowing life to talk trash to you and talk you out of all your blessings, out of all of your desires, out of all of your dreams? You better talk some trash. You better go hit somebody. What do I mean when I say talk trash when it comes to starting with confidence? I mean, you have got to start saying, this is what I'm going to do. And whether you mess up or not, just go hit something in this thing called life. Stop tiptoeing around. Do you see we have a global pandemic? Do you see the panic that's going on around the world? Do you think life really cares if you melt and you crawl under a rock? It's not. It's going to let you die under that rock. Get out on the field of life. Get out on the field of life. Talk some trash. Here's what I mean. I'm great. I'm wonderful. I'm powerful. I'm going to be productive today. I'm going to get results today. Start talking like that. I was talking on Clubhouse yesterday. And by the way, if you're not on Clubhouse, you are out of your mind. I'm going to be bold enough to say it, that if you're not on Clubhouse, you are out of your mind. Because I spent probably 12 hours on Clubhouse in multiple rooms yesterday. Check this out. I'm in a room. I get invited to a room. I don't know. It was a good friend of mine that is a thought leader, one of the thought leaders out there in the world. Marshall Davis Jones. He's a spoken word artist. He's a thought leader. When he speaks, it makes you stop and think. So he has this gentleman that was a a rapper out of Hollywood that had a room going on. His name is Sean. So Sean, they invite me in to the room. I go into the room and then they say, hey, we're going to want you to step up here and speak. So I get in the room, I get up and I start. Actually, I'm observing what's going on in the room. I end up getting pulled up into the room. Next thing I know, because you never know. That's why you got to bring it. I woke up yesterday morning. I woke up this morning. Let's get it. I woke up this morning saying, let's perform. Let's go knock this thing. Let's go tear life up. I'm coming at you today. I'm coming to get it today. That's what I said when I woke up yesterday morning. That's what I said when I woke up this morning. And that's what I'm going to say when I wake up tomorrow morning. And if you're going to get this thing called life in the pocket to where you own it, I should say, where you are accelerating in it, because you can't own success. You got to pay rent and you got to pay it every day. So if you want to accelerate in it, guess what you got to do? You got to step up. So here I am in the room. And all of a sudden, I see 50, 60 people in the room. Then I see 70, 80 people in the room. Then 90, then 100, then 125, then 150. Then all of a sudden, it was 200 people in the room. Then it was 225. Then it went to 275. And then it got to about 290. And this gentleman, phenomenal speaker, Sean says, I got a good friend of mine that I'm going to bring to the stage. Most of y'all know him. And everybody's like, what's going on? He brings in Les Brown, the world famous motivational speaker that's been putting in work. It's almost 76 years old. He's been putting in work with his words and his inspiration and his powerful voice that's in him, because he woke up and says, I'm bringing it to life today. Should have heard him speak. Les Brown gets on. He says, I'm going to tell y'all, not to brag. This is Les Brown speaking. He says, I get paid $70,000 an hour. That's what he said straight out in the public yesterday. He says, I get paid $70,000 per hour. He spoke, ripping, bringing it to life, full force for 30 minutes. Now do the math. What's 70,000 divided by 2? That's $35,000 worth of information. He's documented that he gets paid $70,000 an hour. He gave $35,000 worth of information yesterday. And my question is, where were you? Where were you at when a free $35,000 worth of information was poured out just from one speaker? Just from one. There was at least 40, if not 50 powerful people that spoke yesterday. I got to speak yesterday on the same platform with Les Brown because I woke up yesterday saying, let's get it. It's time to perform. So they asked me what my thoughts were, and I said, listen, I can remember when I played on the first professional baseball team from the USA, when I was with the San Diego Padres, our team flew to Taiwan, Asia, and we were the first professional baseball team to play in Taiwan, to play their professional baseball team. And it was a big deal. We got to meet the president. It was a big gala. It was parades. It was off the charts. And I was saying to them that I walked into a stadium, and I don't know what in the hell had these people allow the fans to bring in pots and pans into a baseball game. Can y'all believe what I'm telling you? Pots and pans. Look, Adrian says she was in there. It was off the hook. Y'all listen to me what I'm about to tell y'all. They started beating them pots and pans so loud They were just bam, 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 bam. You could not hear yourself think. I mean, it was so loud. It was 45,000 people in the stadium banging on pots and pans, nationally televised throughout Taiwan, throughout many parts of China. How many people are in China? It's 1 billion people, man. And here we are, the first professional team, and it was it was rowdy. They wanted to show the Americans something, right? So it was just viciously raucous in there. And here I am standing on deck, about to go up to hit. And most of the time in my career, I let off. I was the first hitter. And I'm standing there, and they're going through all the upbuild to the game, to the first pitch. And it's just, and I'm standing on deck. And you know what I say? Do you think I focused on the pans that were clanging? No. You see, if you're going to be a professional at this thing called life, and if you're going to be able to win at this thing called life, with all the noise going on around you, with all the pandemic noise going on, with all the racial strife going on, with all the political strife going on, what are you doing talking about all that stuff and getting distracted unless you're talking about it to be a part of the solution? Otherwise, like I was standing on deck about to walk up to the plate, I said, being that I'm here, I might as well perform. Write it down. Everybody, I want you to type it in no matter what platform you're in. I want you to put in, if you're listening to the podcast, I want you to type this down somewhere. Being that I'm here, I might as well perform. All of my energy, all of my strength, all of my being went into just perform. I talked to a young lady on another clubhouse last night, and she was talking about she's got so many ideas and she's got so many things that are swelling up in her, and that is making her to where she just doesn't know what to do. I said, you're focused on the crowd. You're focused on the pots and the pans. You're focused on the racial strife. You're focused on the political strife. You're focused on the noise. You can't make no difference being in the noise, thinking about the noise. You can only make a difference when you decide to perform. I said, now, when you wake up tomorrow, the first thing you say to yourself is, it's time to perform. Type it in. If you're out there, type it in. Come on. You want to make a change today? Participate. Make some deposits, and then you can get some withdrawals. Most of you are trying to get a withdrawal out of life, but you don't want to make no deposits. You got to make some deposits today. Your quote, your statement, just typing it in. It's time to perform. It's going to help somebody else. It's time to perform. That young lady, I'm talking about, she had tremors in her voice when she was talking, and she was kind of shaking, and she was about to cry. And then all of a sudden I broke it down to her what she has to do. I said, your solution are in these words. She sends me a message. She said, Jay, I went to bed last night saying to myself, it's time to perform. That when I wake up in the morning, it's time to perform. She sends me a message this morning on the DM on Instagram. She says, I woke up this morning so excited because I said it's time to perform. I'm about to go get it. You don't need all this help. You don't need all these people cheering you on. You see, if you're going to win the championships, you're going to have to win sometimes, even many times, on the road, on the opposing opponent's field. There's no great champion that doesn't win at the opponent's field sometimes. Why you think Tom Brady is who he is? He doesn't win just at his home. He goes into opponents' fields and he wins. When the people are booing you, when the people telling you you suck, that's what life wants to tell you almost every day. Most people think that life wants to cheer you on and be all beautiful. Don't you see common sense that if you just sit still, you are going to die? Life will take anything that doesn't move dies. You got to move. Checking out some of these comments. Yeah, I like it. You guys are coming in. It's time to perform. 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 Boy, I see y'all talking now. I want you to go out through the rest of this day. And all you're going to say all day, 10 times. You're going to do this 10 times a day. It's time to perform. Before you go into any task, say, it's time to perform. When you go to the bathroom, as soon as you use the bathroom and you wash your hands, and you better wash your hands. Don't be a nasty little summer Joe. Don't be a nasty summer Joe. Wash your hands. As you're washing your hands and you're looking in the mirror, you say to yourself, it's time to perform. All the stress, all the fear, all the anxiety goes away when all your focus is on it's time to perform. Somebody sent in a question. Carol sends a question in. She says, I feel I'm confident, but Carol, as soon as you say the word but, you just canceled what you said beforehand. That's my coaching for you today. I feel I'm confident. I feel I'm confident, but I am not happy. It's impossible, my dear Carol, to be not happy and be confident. You're either hot or you're cold. You can't be wet and dry at the same time. You're one or you're the other. You get in or you get out. And this is going to explain, Carol, from a coaching perspective, if you allow me to just pour into you for a second, this is going to explain what you say next. She says, does that mean people think I'm not confident? Of course they don't think you're confident because you're not happy. That's an energy. I get sad. That's an energy. I get hurt. That's an energy. I get mad. That's an energy. But I'm grateful. That's not true. You're not grateful. You can't be sad, hurt, or mad and be grateful. You're talking in oxymorons, and you can't do that. You're smashing yourself, and you're better than that. You're more beautiful than that. That what you just said, guess what? It's not your fault. I ain't holding you to it. I'm helping you through it. I'm not holding you to it. I'm helping you through it. That's from your 0 to 7 programming. Carol, that's exactly what that is. Honey, that's not your fault. I'm with you. I'm with you. I understand. There's conflicting things happening to you. That's like you trying to go bat and try to pitch at the same time. Imagine that. Imagine you're on the mound and you try to throw the ball and then run up there before the ball gets in the mitt and try to swing it. Impossible. That's the statement you made. It's impossible. And guess what? Most people are walking around the same way. They are confidently faking it. Most people are confidently faking like they don't have these issues. That's why I love Carol was so raw in sharing the truth. And we can help you. I can help myself if I'm just raw and honest and share the truth. So that's 0 to 7. We got to get that fixed. There's tools. Listen, go to confidencetones.com. And if you really want to get a great shot and get really immersed with a free sample, go to confidencetones.com/booster. confidencetones.com/booster. There's 2 different free sessions there, just samples. Put some headphones on. One is for energy. Another one is for taking a nap or sleeping. See how you feel under each one of those. Everybody do it today. Just take you just a few minutes. It's only going to take a couple of minutes. Put your headphones on for energy. And then while the energy's saying, I want you to say to yourself, it's time to perform. Say it about 5 times while you're listening to the energy one. Then when it's time to either take a nap or go to sleep, put that one on and say, I'm going to perform. 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 And it's a good chance you're going to relax and go to sleep. But you're going to go to sleep expecting to perform. Whole different game. So I appreciate that question, Carol. But hopefully you appreciate the answer and you will do something about it. You can't stay stuck. Stop trying to pitch and hit at the same time. And everybody, stop focusing on the crowd. Stop focusing on the noise. Stop focusing on the pots and the pans. Focus on performing. That's all we're going to do today. And when I'm out of here, I promise you, as soon as I hit this off button and we close out this session, you ain't got to wonder, you ain't got to guess where I'm going to be. I'm going to be on that front line of this thing called life, performing. Love y'all. I'll catch you next week. Peace out. Go perform.